morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from the Q. That's right, Quartzsite, Arizona. Well, today's verses are Matthew 5:19 and 20, and it says, "Whoever then annuls one of these least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever keeps and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven." Wow, again, this seems really, really strict. It seems like quite a works trip, especially when it says, unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees. I mean, these people were the professional law keepers. They were the best law keepers probably the world has ever seen, getting down to every little nitty and gritty of the letter of the law. Of course, they missed the entire heart of the law. So how can we possibly keep the law more than they? It's only through Him that we can do that we can not only keep the law, but even the heart of the law, which Jesus goes on later. We're going to get to anger and show that murder is not just murder, it's being angry at someone. And after that, fornication is not just sex, it's lusting after someone. So it goes beyond the law on that. So the first part, Matthew 5:19, talks about annulling these commandments. Jesus does not want us to annul these commandments. There is a tendency to pass these off sometimes, to say, oh, well, that was just something that the culture did, or that doesn't apply today now that we're in the New Testament, or this really doesn't apply to me because my situation is different, or so on and so forth. I hear Christians giving excuses sometimes where, oh, I could divorce this person because he deserved it or she deserved it, and I can remarry because I deserve a better life. And they don't look at what the Bible has to say about that, nor even the heart of the law. So we don't want to annul these. The Bible is God's heart for us. And He wants us to keep it. Again, not out of some human effort and not out of fear and not out of any kind of works trip that would get us to earn our salvation, but out of love. Remember in the last video, and I have the link up here, I said that the fulfillment of the law is love. And let's look at this one cross-reference for today. In John 5:3, it says, "This is the love of God, that we keep His commandments. And His commandments are not burdensome." So it's a proof that we're walking in the love of God when we keep His commandments. Again, not out of our own effort, and not out of a works trip, but out of His working in us. It says His commandments are not burdensome. And they're not when He's working through us. Let me review again the whole picture so we have a clarity about this. So when in Psalm 37:4 it says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, He will give you the desires of your heart." So when we fall so deeply in love with Him that He can have it all, He can have our politics, He can have our nationality, He can have our lifestyle, He can have our money, He can have our sexuality, He can have our identity, He can have anything He wants. He can have it all because we love Him so much. Then we are empty vessels. Then He comes and gives us new desires. His desires, number one, is love. And so we get this new desire to love people like crazy, people that we would normally hate. We start loving them. Wow, where did that come from? Not from me. That obviously came from Him. Well, another one of those desires is reading His Word here. We will eat this up because it's His love letter to us. And He will give us the desires to want to obey His commands. And so it will be His yoke is easy and His burden is light because He's doing the obedience for Himself. Isn't that great? That's why if we love every moment, we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.